Without an anti-cheat, of course people are going to cheat for money, for subs, for Twitter followers. And you can bet your ass more people are going to be exposed. You can bet your ass. So hopefully your favorite streamer isn't cheating, or you might be in for a surprise.
Yeah.
A surprise. So keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, episode number 99 and a half.
Okay.
Now, on your podcast app of choice, it might say that this is in fact episode 100, which is sort of true. So
it's true.
If we're talking about facts and integers and sequencing and how numbers work, then yes, this is episode 100. That is, of course, true. However, it's not really. In spirit, this is not episode 100. And now, why do I say that? Excellent question. In case you have been skipping all of the announcements and you haven't skipped these ones yet, let me remind you that episode 101 on January 23rd is going to be our 100 episodes, 1 year anniversary celebration, shebang, festival, extravaganza, right? So that's why it's tough for me to call this episode 100 because it is, of course, episode 100. But we're not doing anything celebratory this evening. We're going to do a run-of-the-mill episode of the program. But on Saturday, we have some plans, dude. We have some plans, right? Some plans. And it is going to be such a fucking banger, dude. And I literally couldn't be more excited. It's not possible. It is, of course, possible, but maybe I will become more excited as time goes on, but I am extremely excited now. And I'm ready to have it be underway. A lot of cool shit planned and a lot of work has gone into this. A lot of work has gone into this, by the way. So be there live for the program. I'm considering just not uploading it to a podcast app to force you to be there live.
Oh, that's a good idea,
What do
actually.
we think of that, dude? Twitch,
hold them hostage.
Twitch live stream, sub-only mode, VOD deleted, no YouTube, no podcast app. You have to be here live, and until we break 200 concurrent, the program doesn't start.
I'm down.
Okay, great. It's done. It's decided. So be there live January 23rd. We have a whole all day kind of fucking thing planned. So go to @the_Dropshot_pod on Twitter, see the pinned tweet. We have a Coachella style graphic with the schedule and the addresses.
But
there.
no date.
Now, we don't have a date, of course, so write down January 23rd. We also don't have a time zone, of course. It's Pacific Standard Time, the only correct time zone, obviously. But make sure you guys are there for all of that. It's going to be both fun and exciting. So that's why this is kind of, sort of, episode 100. Welcome to our new gold patron, Liam D. You love to see that. Our new Damascus patron. He's not One Shot Bro, which is
That's a good
okay.
name.
It's fine. It's bordering on trying too hard, but I don't think it's approached it yet. But I
think it's good.
It's a breath away. So thank you for that. Bjorn has also upgraded the Drop Child from gold to Damascus. And that's going to make the Hangouts very interesting if it's not past his bedtime, which of course it is. Because then we're going to have to contend with a child in voice, which is...
He's cracked. He's also cracked as fuck, probably.
Well, he's a demon on the sticks, yeah. So that's something. But, okay. And Bradley is also upgraded from gold to Damascus. So Liam, he's not one shot, bro. Bjorn and Bradley, thank you, boys and girls, to the Patreon. Patreon.com/the Dropshot for bonus EPs per month and access to the entire back catalog. We have 2 done for this month. We actually might be late on the 3rd one just because this Saturday we're planning for. We might not be, though. I don't know yet. We're going to talk off air.
Interesting. I've been thinking about that last couple days too.
So but we're still going to, as we've always historically done, check the logs, right? As we've always done, we will have 4 bonus episodes this month as we always do, but the 3rd one might be late. It might not, though. I don't know. We haven't decided. So anyways, also Ty the Fire Guy, absolutely change that. Thank you for the offline Primarito. Amigo MTG, also thank you for the offline Primarito. And Gitto125 back at it again with another, and it's very weird that he does this, gifted a tier 2 sub to the stream, which
maybe he doesn't know what he's doing.
It's super possible. So I will profit from your ignorance, Gitto, and thank you for the tier 2 gifty boy. And Amigo and Ty, thank you guys for the offline Primarinos as well. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Tanner, any announcements from you?
Yeah, Gitto also dropped a tier 2 gifted sub on me. Thank you, dude. Cripiter, is that how you say that? I mean,
let me take a look.
Cripiter. I mean, it should be. Yeah. Is that a word?
Yeah. Oh, of course not. It's a change it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not a word, but it's a change it.
So change it. Thank you for the Prime sub. And SP Farms, thank you for the 400 bits, dude.
The crop shotter right there.
Maybe Gitto is trying to gift 2 subs and instead he's gifting a single tier 2 sub.
Interesting.
I'm just kidding. He knows what he's doing. Well, he just wants to go above and beyond, I guess.
It's possible. Yeah. It's super possible. But either way, we appreciate it for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you, boys. Much appreciated. Much love. Also in the pre-show this evening, by the way, for those of you listening on podcast apps who are here live sometimes, let me remind you, we start the program live 30 minutes early. So there is a 30-minute window in which Tanner and I just talk to people in chat and stuff. Because obviously we don't respond much to...
Not usually here.
Well, okay. Well, during the program, we can't respond much to chat. So we take 30 minutes before the program starts to talk to everyone. And those have been going swimmingly. And the support this evening has been very gracious. And again, thank you. We thank you for that. But yeah, for those of you guys who normally just listen on apps, if you wanted to like chat with us, of course, join the fucking Discord. But also, you could do it live. You just got to be here for the stream early. Twitch.tv/Razadon, 6:30 p.m. is when we start that. Pacific Standard Time. Of course, the correct time zone. Last announcement from me, which might not seem relevant, and it's not, but I'm going to say it anyway. Tanner didn't stream any gameplay on Saturday for episode 99. So I took the fucking reins, right? Call me Santa Claus, right? I took the reins and then streamed some Warzone after the program. And I was demonic. Just demonic, dude.
You are fake news.
Demonic. So go to twitch.tv/Razadon, follow, subscribe, gift subs, give bits, and then after you're done with those things,
don't do any of that.
Do all those things. After you're done with all those things, go to the videos tab, watch my recent broadcast of Warzone. I was frying kids. And the reason I'm not kidding. I only drank Heinekens because I had forgotten to buy myself real beer before the podcast. So I had like 2 Heinekens. So I had 2 lemonades and I was sober. And I was like, oh, wow, this is a whole new world. I'm hearing people. I'm paying attention. I see people. It was interesting. And I've committed, sort of, to a similar strategy going forward. Drinking lagers, shandies, brown ales before the gameplay. And I'm curious to see if that trend continues. So go watch the VOD. It was fun and exciting.
Did you guys get any wins?
I see your dumb finger hovering over your dumb soundboard. Did we get any wins? Of course not. Of course we didn't get any wins.
Well, you were the worst player on the squad.
Well, that's fake news. I was out fragging everyone every game, and we can check again.
Okay.
Check the VOD, dude. Check the VOD. Check the VOD, right? Check it.
You were playing with what? Cope, Bango, and L2K, right?
I believe so, yes.
That's a good squad.
It's a great squad.
If you weren't there.
And I and I outfragged all of them every game at every conceivable juncture, of course.
I genuinely think that's fake news. I had it on while I was like packing and putting away clothes and stuff, and you were doing okay. I mean, I wouldn't say great. I would say it's an average game.
Well, wrong. Check the VOD. Check the VOD.
I'm not gonna watch your shit VOD.
Okay, I don't care what you think then, right?
Okay.
Because I'll fry you too, rat. And we'll see. Keep that energy tonight. How about that? You are fake news. Keep that energy this evening, dude. Keep it.
Okay.
So anyway, that's the point. It was fun.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess that's the only point. Now, of course, we didn't win any games because Pacesetter was in all of our lobbies, and we'll get into it. That was a joke that got no reaction whatsoever. So, anyways, Tanner, any other announcements from you?
Nope.
Okay. Real quickly before we move on here, Gifty Boy has cheered 1,000 bits. Says, I guess everyone else is. I might as well too. Okay, I like that. You good? Tanner?
Huh? What?
Nothing. I thought I heard something.
I threw my beer in the trash.
Oh, okay. It was too loud. Change it. Maybe. Okay. I was going to make a joke like, don't put your mic above the trash can. Oh, wait. It's already in front of a trash can. That was the joke I was going to make, but I couldn't think of a sufficient delivery. So,
yeah.
Anyways, Gift.
I mean, it would have been a subpar joke for sure.
No, yeah, regardless, of course. Gift with the 1,000 bits. Thank you, dude. Only Slightly Bad. The 5 gifted subs. Jada Pinkett Smith with the 1,000 bits. And Daddy Dingleberry with the Subarino. 1 month, dude. Let's go. Jesus, boys. Chill. As I said, this is technically episode 100. I think that would explain some of the generosity this evening. And we'll take it, of course. So, Gift, 1,000 bits. Jada, 1,000 bits as well. Thank you, boys. I love and appreciate both of you. Long-time listeners of the program. Only Slightly Bad, 5 gifted subs. A lot of scratch, dude. Thank you, dude. And welcome back, brother. Much appreciated. And Daddy Dingleberry with the sub and the 100 bits. Welcome, sir. I've seen your name for a while, but this is your first month being subbed, which is fine. That's unusual, I would say. But thank you for the sub, dude. Thank you for listening. And thank you for the 100 bits. Happy 100 fuckers indeed, dude. All right, boys. Let's get into the program. I love and appreciate all of you. Thank you for the support. And if you were listening for the jingle, here it is. All fucking right. So, today we have an episode. Not too much to talk about, but there are a couple things, some of which I am relatively excited to talk about, particularly one thing. We'll get into it, of course. And first we would start with playlist updates, but there are none because we covered those on Saturday. So playlist updates, there are none. We're going to move straight into patch notes. Now, patch notes we've kind of already covered too. We talked about these last week, but none of those things were live at that time. So we will quickly go over it again, but we covered all of it. And, since we covered it, it's live now, but none of it's like unexpected, really. We got some playlists, we got the Sanatorium map, which we've talked about. I haven't played it since then, nor has Tanner. We're going to talk a little bit more about Sanatorium later, but not right now. Dropkick, again, we talked about Cranked. So this is just all shit we've already gone over. So it wasn't a very big mid-season update. In fact, it was a tiny, non-worthy mid-season update.
Not even bother calling it a mid-season update. Yeah, that's where I'm at with
patch.
it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's that. So not really much to say in the way of patch notes. Quickly, as an aside, I don't know how much we've talked about this on the program, but in case you guys didn't know somehow, a ton of the Cold War attachments don't work in Warzone. Right? They don't work in Warzone.
Say actually the majority of them don't work. It's probably 75+% don't do what they say, at least.
Yep. I was going to say
higher.
70%. 70% do not do what they say.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say like 70% don't do anything. And then another 10% do something, but it is not what they say they do. And then the last 20% like do what they say they do. That's unironically what I would say the proportions are, in case you guys haven't been paying attention. So for example, if you're putting Serpent Wrap on your Tundra, stop it. Because it doesn't do literally anything. It doesn't change your ADS time at all. None of the rear grips do for snipers, for Cold War snipers. So I don't know if we've said this. I think we've tangentially, obliquely kind of covered it, but just keep those things in mind. That doesn't mean the Cold War guns aren't good, because some of them are very good, but you just have to go outside the game to research what attachments actually do things and which ones are good and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
There is far too much to go into detail on. And even if we could, literally no one has tested all the Cold War guns and attachments yet. And their reasoning makes sense to me. If I was in their position, I wouldn't either, because they're thinking none of these things work so differently than the way they are supposed to that we're not going to even waste our time testing it if it's just going to be changed in, a week or two.
Yeah.
Now they're a week or two real optimistic. I think it should have been changed by now. I mean, none of the rear grips work on any Cold War sniper rifles. That's like 21 attachments right there that don't do anything, which is just fucking insane.
And most of the barrels don't work correctly. I mean, almost nothing works how it says it does. Oh, also, there's a way. I watched a video today that Jay got put out about the snipers, the Cold War snipers in Warzone, and like he was saying, basically use the 4x optic because your ADS is faster than a regular sniper optic. And it basically, the standard default sniper optic with like a Tundra and Pellington basically only zooms in slightly more than 4x. So he was like, use a 4x. You'll hardly see the difference. The ADS time is way better. And then he was saying, oh, by the way, you don't have to worry about like using or like unlocking the reticles for the specific 4x. What you do is use any other like the reticle that you use for the DMR, like the axial arms 3x or whatever. I'm sure all of you have a bunch of reticles unlocked for it. You equip that optic, select a reticle, go back to your scope, select the 4x scope, that reticle stays. So you have that. So you have that one there still.
That's smart. Okay.
I mean, it's an actual fucking disaster. I genuinely don't know how long it's going to take them to fix all of this. I mean, it's crazy. Like this could take months to fix everything. Mm-hmm. Actually months.
So there's basically no progress on it, and they haven't said anything about it.
They haven't said a fucking word.
Community management, by the way.
So basically, there's entirely too much to talk about. So what you should do is just sub to JGod on YouTube, and he makes videos daily about this stuff. Sometimes he makes more than one video a day.
Yes.
And he gets really into it. So I would recommend checking him out.
1,000%. On the 4X thing, I was using a Tundra with the Hangman, which is a 6x scope.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took it off because I felt like it didn't zoom in enough. And the default scope seemed to zoom more than 6x.
Really? Yeah, I'm going to try out his setup tonight. I took a screenshot of it from his video today. So I'm going to try that out tonight and see what I think. See if it's fake news or not.
That sounds like fake news to me, but I'm not sure. I could be mistaken.
I mean, it's also entirely possible the 4x scope zooms in more than the 6x. So
that's... Dude, that's actually true.
I wouldn't even be surprised. That would be something I would expect from these companies.
Well, of course, the transition was not as seamless as some people seem to have thought, which is unsurprising to you and I.
You're overthinking it, dude. It's going to be a seamless transition.
Yeah. That was a great line we got. You're overthinking it. I heard that probably a dozen times.
Yeah, you guys are overthinking this, bro.
Fucking idiots. Who's overthinking now?
Yeah.
You were underthinking. Maybe you can't think. Anyways, yes. So if you want to use Cold War guns, again, there are good ones. But you just have to go, like, watch JGod's videos. Like, go to YouTube, like, Cold War MP5 JGod. He has a good video where he's like, okay, so these attachments don't do shit. Don't use them. But these ones do things. And this one that says it does this thing, it actually does the other thing. But it's still good because of this one thing. So, like, that's what you have to do. He did one for the Stoner. Here's an example. The Stoner has an assortment of barrels attachments. None of them do anything except for the cavalry launcher, which increases your bullet velocity by 80%, making it the same bullet velocity as an HDR. By the way, that's pretty good on a fully automatic weapon. So, like, you just have to make this fucking weird ass whatever setup to make it viable, but it can be. But you can't rely on what the game tells you. It's all fake news for Cold War guns.
Yes.
So JGod's a good resource, and also True Game Data is a good resource. Their website, if they have an attachment listed for a Cold War gun, that means they've tested it and that the data that they have is accurate. So that's another resource you can use. But I wouldn't use anything outside of those two. I would also say Exclusive Ace. I trust him. But the thing is, he hasn't done any testing. So that's why we're not recommending you go there. But if he ever did in the future release a video testing Cold War guns, I would absolutely trust him too. It's just he hasn't yet. Because he thinks they're going to be fixed in short order. And I hope he's right. So.
We'll fucking see.
We will fucking see. And lastly.
Don't hold your breath.
On the topic of patch notes or fake news patch notes. Some absolute dipshits in the community, I saw this on Twitter today, were spreading false rumors, fake news, as our
you are fake news,
as the former president, as the former president of the United States of America, Donald J. Trump would say, that the DMR nerf was like reverted. Exclusive Ace tested this. The DMR nerf was not reverted. So the DMR got nerfed twice. That is its current state, is post nerf twice. It wasn't reverted at all.
They also tested the shop DMRs, and they're both exactly the same.
Okay.
So
yeah, good to see. Good to see. So yeah, keep those things in mind. And that is it for patch notes. Like I said, not much to talk about, but there's a lot more news, which we will of course get into. But first, Brit. With the Gifty Boy, let's fucking go, dude. For a total of 4 gifted submarinos to the program. And the vaping Tesla driver, the autopilot Viking, has donated an amount of United States dollars to the program, attached with a message, congrats on 100, but you still disgust me.
Well,
that's fair. Yes, exactly. That is fair, of course. And the amount of United States dollars, of course. Oh, Viking's also gonna like the but you probably didn't see that part either, you fucking idiot, rat, cunt.
You're so
piece
dumb.
of shit. An amount of United States dollars in the form of 100. Let's go, dude. Let's fucking go. Vaping fucking Viking, dude. Welcome back. One of the first, perhaps the first, real high roller in the Dropshot community. We'll get into it. The vaping,
we'll get into it.
We will for sure get into it. Tanner doesn't know that, but we will get into it. With the...
Okay.
I'm joking. Relax.
Okay.
With the fucking 100 United States dollars. Congrats on 100. We still discussed me. Viking, thank you, dude. Good to see you around again, brother. Thank you for all of your support in the past, of course. And obviously for 100 fucking United States dollars. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. And yeah, we very much appreciate it, Vike. So for real, dude, thank you. Very, very generous of you this evening and in the past. And we appreciate you being around, brother. So really, for real, thank you very much for the money. It means a lot and it helps a lot. We'll get into it. And Britt also, again, young lady, thank you for the gifted sub. And now, if you'll allow me, we will move on to news and upcoming changes. So, next up, we have Black Ops, Cold War, and Warzone Season 1 Reloaded, Express, League Play, and more. So on your screen here, class, if you can turn your attention to the projector. Wait, am I in Google Chrome? Sorry, hold on. Take two. I am in Google Chrome.
Be careful there.
No, that's why I set up my OBS. It won't show my Chrome. It can't. So it's just a black screen. I'm very careful about things of this nature. Okay, class, take two. Here we go. Here's the roadmap. It's a cool looking graphic. At least competent people work in the art department at Activision, because they certainly don't work in community management, development. I don't know, many other things.
Anything, yeah.
Making video games, right? But the roadmap looks nice, so cool. And we have a couple things here. We're not going to go over the picture. I just want to show it to you guys. And we're not going to go over the whole Season 1 Reloaded. But there honestly isn't very much to talk about anyway. So we're going to hit the high points and things we think are relevant. So first of all, it comes out February 4th. That appears to be on a Thursday. So they're doing that shit still. So, okay. And this is what I was this is what I was very excited to talk about. They are remaking a good map, which is, again, refreshing. And if you guys have been listening to the program for a while, you know, all I want are remakes until Call of Duty dies. I just want remakes. We have enough good maps. And one map is coming back. It is being remade. And this map is called Express. Express was a good old-fashioned Call of Duty Black Ops 2 map. A fan favorite video game in the franchise. Express is coming back to Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And if you guys don't remember what the map Express was, I pulled up a little article here for your convenience. This, I believe, was the loading screen. And if you could probably recognize it now if you've played BO2. And God damn it. Hold on. Here we go. Yeah. And then here's how the map looks. The overlay, really. And then here's a couple more screenshots. There's this part. We got this. Okay. And then, again, this is probably the most recognizable picture of the map. Tanner, did you play Express?
I do. I remember this map pretty well. I mean, it wasn't the best map. It was better than any maps they put out now. But I don't know. It's kind of a weird one to bring back. I mean, if they're bringing this map, back, then I hope there's like some other classic Black Ops maps coming back in this game, because this, I feel like, is not usually on people's lists of like, I mean, it's a good map, like I said, but it's never in like the top 5 on anyone's Black Ops maps. So I don't know. I just really hope this means we're gonna see like the more popular maps that everyone wants going forward. But again, it's better than anything they put out this year and anything Modern Warfare put out. So that's a good thing, you know?
Yes. I have the exact same opinion. Like, there are so many good Black Ops 2 maps. Why are we bringing back Express?
Yeah.
Express is like middle of the road as far as Black Ops 2 maps. Now, they brought back Raid, to their credit, and Raid's a very good map. Let me name some other Black Ops 2 maps.
I already got it pulled up. Standoff, Uplink, Hijacked, Plaza, Cargo, Takeoff.
Slums? How are we not bringing back Slums before fucking Express?
Yeah. I mean, Hijacked is a classic. Standoff is a classic. What else was on this one?
I liked Yemen a lot. Turbine for the snipers. Drone again, as
Carrier,
you said,
that was
so
a good map, actually.
Carrier.
Yeah, that's the one all the kids would do the trick shots on. You remember that one?
Carrier was good too. Yeah.
Plaza is good. Yeah, Slums. Yeah,
Slums is the most Call of Duty map ever made.
Why are they bringing this back first? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. So anyways, you know, Express is coming back. That'll be cool. Express is kind of big as far as Six's maps go.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's not too big, but it's medium large. It's a medium large. It's an upper medium class map, right? Upper middle class map. So I think that's probably going to be fine in Cold War, except snipers are going to be kind of cancer. But snipers are pretty avoidable on Express, I feel like. You just have to be off of the railway, basically. And those 2 overlooks, get out of there. Get out of there in Cold War. Because snipers it's impossible to miss a sniper shot. If you shoot your gun and you have a sniper rifle in your hand, you will get a headshot. So don't go to the railway. But on the inside of the map, I think it'll play pretty well. So I think this is cool. I think it's fine they bring it back. I just wish they had brought back a better one. Again, Slums, Standoff, Hijacked, Yemen. Like there are better selections to make here. And Express was not a great one, but whatever. So I'm excited nonetheless. Zayna, an operator coming back, don't care. Snipers only mosh pit, again, don't care. Endurance mode. 10 squads of 4 on fire team maps. This is basically Dirty Bomb, but the score limit is 1,000 rather than 500.
Oh, okay.
So it's like Endurance Domination was like what it was called in BO4. Was it called Endurance Domination? Something like that. It's like the same thing, but it just takes longer to finish.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So that's coming. Okay. For PlayStation players, Raid is a new Zombies Onslaught map. Okay. And then here's the next thing that actually somewhat interests me. A new Zombies map, Firebase Z, is coming to the game. Tanner, does a new Firebase, does a new Zombies map excite you?
It does. It excites me a lot because that's, I think, the biggest issue with zombies in this game right now is it was boring after how many days of playing did it take us to get bored of it? Like 4 days, 5 days.
It took us in real time like a week. Yeah.
And I mean, it was so fun day one, and that's how quickly it got boring. I mean, we need like 10 zombies maps already, but there will never be more than 5 zombies maps in this game from what I can guess. So it's like we're never gonna get that many anyways. But I'm excited for a new map. Hopefully it'll bring a lot, all the Easter egg shit, working your way to get new weapons and stuff. Maybe that will be a good time for us to go back and actually touch on zombies and do like a Patreon episode about, because we
True,
talked about
actually.
doing that. Some people wanted it at the start. Most people I don't think cared, but with a new map coming out, that may be a good time to dive back into it and give our thoughts on it. But Zombies is fun. There's no playtime to it. It's just boring immediately.
Yeah. I mean, this
And
is my-
also, I don't
Go ahead.
think that map is very good. I've never really thought that. I've always like, it's kind of just whatever. I mean, I don't know what I want in a Zombies map, but it's just
That's where I'm at.
kind of dull to me. I don't know how to explain what I want in a Zombies map. Like multiplayer, it's easy to understand, or it's easy to explain. I want a 3-lane map that plays quickly. Not a bunch of vertical height to it. But it's like for a Zombies map, I don't know what I want, but I don't like the current map we have.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think we've played enough Zombies to articulate it, but I do get what you're saying, and I think I agree with you. The problem with Zombies, dude, is like, yeah, every new map will be fun for the same length of time the first Zombies map was fun, and then it's going to get old, and they're never going to be able, like, it's almost like they would have to release like 6 Zombies maps at launch and then release a new one every season.
Yeah, true.
For Zombies to always be fun. But it's too late, obviously.
Yeah. Like Pip said, it's fun. You can grind to upgrade your skills in Zombies, but once you've done that, yeah, it's like when we had all of our skills upgraded basically like after that 1 week of playing. So it's like, cool, what else is there to grind for? Like make it harder to do or something. I mean, sure, you can go for dark, ether, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? But I don't know. That's boring
And that
to go
also
for in
seems
Zombies.
pretty easy because people had Dark Aether real soon in this game. I was seeing it like pretty quickly. So that can't
They
be that hard
did.
either.
It's just, from what I gathered from like seeing other people, it's just very, very repetitive doing the Zombies camos. I mean, just boring as hell.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm not excited, but I will play it. Let's say that. And then speaking of Zombies, people are mauling that we're covering this. Some people like Zombies. We kind of do too. That's why we're covering it, sort of. A new perk is also coming called Tombstone Soda. Change it. And here is a picture of that perk. When downed, become a shadow in the dark aether, armed with your weapons that can revive you. If your shadow loses all its health, you die. Okay. So that's pretty easy to explain. So you die, and then you become a spirit who's got that thing on him. And then you can kill zombies, and you also have a health pool, and you can also be attacked, obviously. And then you can revive your corporeal body with your spirit body if you have this perk. And then it has the tier 3 upgrades thing. Shadow form can regen, increase down duration to 60 seconds. They have more time to res. And then on death, drop a tombstone stash that saves your weapons, equipment, and resources.
Wow.
That's really good.
That's that's the best perk right there.
Yeah. Well, I don't die, so it wouldn't matter.
I mean,
for me,
even,
but yeah.
Okay. I mean, even tier 2, increased down duration to 60 seconds. I mean, what is it now? It can't be more than 30 by default, right?
I think it's
If
probably
that.
like 30, if that.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Yeah. Wow. That's interesting.
I wonder if that means the next map is going to be like smaller or more difficult in some way. Because having this perk makes the game way easier, obviously. Like way easier. Especially if you're in a
It does,
squad.
for sure.
Then,
Yeah.
like, even if your spirit dies, your shadow dies. Okay. It's like a fucking MMO now. Then you still give your teammates another 30 seconds to res you or whatever.
Yeah.
So, this makes it a lot easier. I don't know. Interesting. Very interesting. So, anyways, that's coming. This is also what I was very interested to talk about. Exclusive Ace, friend of the program, released a video recently, quite recently, I think, that strongly suggested in his video, which I will link for you in the show notes, that a new BR map will be coming out sometime around the anniversary of Warzone. That's what he thinks, and that's what he said leakers are thinking as well. Centered around the fire team maps, such as Sanatorium. And this is similar to, Verdansk, the current Warzone map being focused around ground war maps. This would make sense, and this is what Tanner and I speculated before anyone else was saying it. I still think there are some very glaring, obvious issues with this, namely that Warzone's runs on a different engine than the Fireteam maps exist on.
Exactly.
So that's a bit of a problem. But a lot of these leakers seem to think that's going to be the next Warzone map, and Exclusive Ace has thrown his proverbial hat in the ring there. And again, I'll link the video in the show notes. But there was something about Sanatorium that he thought strongly suggested that this was the case. So it seems like the Fireteam maps are pretty fucking big, and if you combine them, it would make an Omega big map. And this dovetails into what we have talked about before recently, that there is also speculation that the new Warzone map's going to be like 200 or 250 players or some crazy shit like that, which would make sense for it to have a bigger map for a bigger sized lobby, exponentially increasing the number of cheaters in every single lobby, by the way. But anyways, Tanner, what are your thoughts on this?
So it's not surprising, like you were saying. I mean, this is something I think everyone's been guessing and thinking for a while now, is that this would be the next VR map. But I'm right there with you. It's like, how do they transfer this over to the Warzone engine? I mean, we've seen, as we were just talking about, what they've done with the weapons. It's a fucking disaster. How would taking an entire map from the Black Ops engine and putting it in Warzone, how is that going to work? I mean, like, they look really, really good in Cold War right now.
You're overthinking it, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I'm overthinking it. I mean, the maps look really good. The color's great. So what's going to happen? We're just going to get it in Warzone. It's just going to be a dull gray mess. And it's like, what about the doors, right?
True.
Cold
Such
War.
a good point. Holy shit, that's such a good point. Anyway,
but yeah, I just, again, I don't see how that will make sense.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Also, I'm pretty sure I read something a while back saying that, like, if you take, or there was some rumor about the next map, and like what the rumor was that it was actually slightly smaller than Verdansk. I don't think anyone wants a bigger map than Verdansk. So if they were to do that, I think that's going to be a mistake, because I feel like what we need is like a small close quarters map where we can get a lot of action in. Like, I mean, even in PUBG, like the really big maps, I don't think are as popular. At least I never liked them as much as the maps that were a little bit smaller. I mean, when they're that big, it's just you're running around forever. Even if there's an increased player count, which isn't a good thing, by the way. Your frame rate's going to take a hit. The servers are going to be worse. We don't need more players on a map, in my opinion.
Yes.
At all. I mean, they've been talking about this. Like, do you remember when these rumors were a thing, like years ago, with like video games, like when BRs first started coming out, like, oh my God, well, we're going to see 1,000 player BR games soon.
That's
like
an insane thing to think.
It's like, dude, that's, I mean, everyone thought it back then. I was one of those. I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, dude. 1,000 people would be insane. But now you realize that will not happen for a long time, I don't think. At least not very well.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, this wouldn't be surprising. I just, again, don't know how it's going to work on the, Modern Warfare engine, the Warzone engine.
Yeah. Yeah.
We desperately need a new map. I don't think this is the answer for it, though.
That's my thing. Exactly. Like, that was such a good point about the doors, too. I think what they might do is just make a map that doesn't have doors so that this isn't an issue, which is like, okay, fine. But there's still going to be other problems, as you said, namely taking a map from one fucking game to another. I mean, I don't know. They do it with remakes, like Raid is in BO2 and it's in this game. And shockingly, they did a great job with that. I mean, it works fine. And it's not like a glitchy mess or anything. So, I mean, I guess it can be done. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's not as big of an issue as we think. Because they do remake maps all the time, and they seem to make it without too many hitches. So maybe it's possible. So let's say they could pull it off. And let's also assume that it's going to be bigger than Verdansk with more players. I don't know how I feel about that. Because I don't care so much about I don't care so much how big the map is, as much as I care about how many people per square foot there are. So like Rebirth Island has way fewer players than regular BR, but it's also way smaller. And for Rebirth Island, the number of people per square foot is way higher than it is for Verdansk, even though Verdansk has more than triple the number of players.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I care about the most. But if the map is like super big and there's 250 players, 250 players on one server, I don't trust Activision. I don't trust it. And I don't trust them. And also, the more players in one lobby, the more likely someone's cheating. And unless they're going to make Warzone cost $30, then you're going to have a cheater in every single lobby of the new map. Because there's no anti-cheat. You almost have a cheater in every single lobby as it is. So if you add 100 players, 100 potential cheaters on top of the current 150, you're just... The only way to win on these new maps is going to be if you're cheating. Like, actually. And that is what, like, really... that's the biggest kind of Debbie Downer here. I just can't see how there won't be a cheater on every single match.
Yep.
250 potential cheaters. One of them's going to be cheating with how fucking easy it is to cheat in this game. That doesn't have an anti-cheat, of course. And that is not coming anytime soon, irrespective of the map. So I do agree with you. We do need a new map. I am still excited for this. And hopefully, what do you think of this timetable, by the way? Coming out sometime around the anniversary of Warzone, which I believe would be in roughly 2 months. That sounds soon.
Yeah.
That sounds sooner than I think is likely, but it is possible. And it would make sense, from a, publisher standpoint.
It would make sense from their standpoint, but it's like, so are we just going to get a new map that's filled with bugs and just ruins the game even more and just, makes it a disaster when none of the weapon attachments even do what they say?
True.
I mean, it's just not a good time to put out a new map. If they're working on a map and thinking about releasing it, then I expect every Cold War weapon attachment, everything to be perfect before that new map comes out now. As much as I want a new map, we can't have two things entirely screwed up right now. Yeah. They need to just pick one. Have all the guns screwed up or the new map,
Yeah, that's a great point too. And sadly, I don't think that'll be the case. I think they'll release a buggy mess fuck map and none of the Cold War attachments will work still. That's what I forecast. That's what I'm seeing in my crystal ball at this time. So that's just not going to be great at all. So I don't know. We'll see, but yeah, I'm not optimistic about this.
Yeah, me neither.
But anyways, that is that. So again, I'll link that video for you in the show notes. Real quickly, SP Farms, the crop shotter, has donated 1,000 bits. Happy 100th episode, boys. You guys are doing a great job. Keep up the awesome work. Here's to 1,000 more. 1 bit per future episode. You love to see it. SP, thank you. And Dirty25 has cheered 56 fucking 100. Oh shit. There we go. Biddies. You love to see that, dude. With no message attached. Dirty, thank you. SP and Dirty, 1,056 bits. A lot of scratch from both of you fine young men. Supporting this program for quite a while. Tanner, go ahead.
I have an announcement too. I had breaking news a little while ago. It came across as an offline dono, so I figured I should hit it here.
Go ahead.
Viking has also graced my PayPal account. He went in while I was offline after he donated you, of course, $100 for 100 episodes. You don't deserve it. You're still a rat, as he said. Whatever he said to you is true. So he decided to donate $101 to me.
You son of a bitch, Viking.
And he said, congrats on 100. You deserve the extra dollar. Let's fucking go. Thank you, Viking, for that offline $101. God, I love having one more dollar than him. There's nothing more satisfying.
Shit, I'll be refunding Viking's donation, of course, in light of this slight against me. How dare you?
I thought I should hit that since he hit you as well.
Absolutely.
So thank you, Viking. Really, really appreciate that, dude.
Yeah, very kind of you, Vike. Much appreciated. You're a garbage person, of course, for giving him an extra dollar, but nonetheless, we will take it and thank you, for real. SP and Dirty as well, 1,000 and 5,600 bits. You guys are nuts. Really appreciate it, boys. You guys have been around for quite a while as well. Dirty is another relatively quiet individual, which isn't a problem, of course, who has been quietly funding this program. And we appreciate that. So SP and Dirty, thank you, boys, both very goddamn much. We really, really appreciate you. So thank you again. And now let's move on to Charlie Intel on Twitter. As the 2021 Call of Duty League season gets ready to kick off, this is a quote from Treyarch, we're planning to bring League play to Black Ops Cold War in the second half of Season 1. Keep an eye out for more details in the coming weeks as we prep for launch. Now, before we send it over to Tanner, as Tanner just said, although maybe it's two different dev teams, but what I was going to say was let's iron out the Warzone Cold War guns
It's
first.
entirely two different dev teams.
But it is entirely two different dev teams, so I take it back. So anyways, we've talked about this a little bit and how no one actually is going to play League play and no one cares. Do you think now that there's crossplay, we will see more League play since they're all going to be, since it's like triple the prospective number of players in the same League playlist rather than PC and PlayStation and Xbox League play?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say nobody's going to play League play. I just think a lot of the people like complaining about skill-based matchmaking, it's not like they're going to necessarily go and play League play. So it's not going to like make a big difference is what I'm saying. There will be plenty of people playing it. And it's going to be really funny too to watch all like the Xbox and the PS4 kids just getting killed by all the PC hackers on fucking League play. That's actually going to be hilarious to see. That right there, I just realized that's what's going to kill League play. It's all the fucking cheaters.
True.
I mean, I understand why people want to play it. You know, they want to grind for something. They want to grind for a rank. Maybe they'll do, they'll have certain calling cards and emblems for League play. They should, ideally. That hopefully is what's taking so long, because I don't see why it takes so long to implement a different, a different game mode, basically. So I feel like there's going to be a bunch of that in their emblems, calling cards, but it's just not something I care about. And I don't like the average person doesn't care about it either. Like the people that are going to be playing it are going to be like the amateur sweats that want to be a CDL pro. So it's going to be full of controller players. So I'm absolutely not going up against controller players on League play. I'll tell you that much. And just basically like real try hard kids that want to get that rank. But then they're also still going to play public matches. So I don't know. I don't think League play is not going to fix skill-based matchmaking.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, 97% of the player base is just going to play normal pub still and not even bother playing it.
Agreed. Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't have much to add to that. I think you're right. I am curious how many people will cheat in League play.
a lot. It's going to be so funny.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm very curious to see.
You know, that's what's funny about all of these console Call of Duty kids that have never been into PC gaming and don't know anything about it. they're always like, oh, like this is why CDL shouldn't have switched to PC. It's full of cheaters. No, let's stop blaming PC. Let's blame Activision. Let's blame Infinity Ward. Let's blame let's blame all of them for not creating an anti-cheat. Pretty much Activision, but they're all roped into it. I mean, look at all the other competitive first-person shooters and video games that have been on PC forever without a hacking problem. It's because they have an anti-cheat.
Yes.
Like Counter-Strike, the biggest competitive shooter ever, basically.
Yeah.
Has always been played on PC. There's never been a huge hacker problem. It's the game. It's like, stop blaming PC players for it. It's the fucking developers of this game, Activision, for just refusing to put an anti-cheat into any of their games. It's never been a problem in any PC-only games. Yeah. It's this shit video game you are playing. It's Call of Duty.
Absolutely true. There's never been a competitive game with a cheating without an anti-cheat or with a cheating problem this bad ever. Fortnite, no. I mean, people like there's always going to be cheaters, and you're going to have one-offs. And like, yeah, people have cheated in Counter-Strike tournaments and Fortnite, blah, blah, blah. But it's not this fucking rampant disaster, virulent disaster that we have in Call of Duty. Because at least those games have anti-cheat. And it's like very rare in other games. Because anti-cheats work.
They work.
What do you know?
Anti-cheats, crazy, right?
It's
crazy theory.
Crazy, yeah. Super crazy. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think of some other big PC titles.
Valorant does not have a cheater problem.
Oh, like I've talked about, back when I played competitive Call of Duty 4, there was Punk Buster, and then also we had to use a third-party anti-cheat that was developed by like a third-party company that these leagues implemented. It was not even developed by Activision, by any of these companies. It was a third-party cheat program. They were like, okay, if you guys are playing competitive Call of Duty, you have to have this running. There would be like a referee that would check. You would like sign in, and they would know that the program is running on your computer the entire time. And it's like they thought of things like that all the way back then, even though we had Punk Buster back in the day. They still did that. Now, I mean, they're playing for millions of dollars, and there's no anti-cheat. There's just there's literally 3 guys working from home from Activision that aren't actually working from home. They're fucking on, they got Pornhub up on one monitor, they've got Twitter open on the other. They're getting fucking DoorDash delivered 4 times a day, and they're checking for cheaters like 20 minutes out of their 8-hour work shift. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous.
That's so fucking true.
Right? It's so dumb, dude. They're such a shit company.
That's so fucking true, dude.
It's the dumbest thing.
They're sitting in their bedroom with a fucking bathrobe on.
Oh, they're not doing it.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, they have one of those Mr. Coffee mug warmers that we use. I mean, they're disasters. They're a disaster to the human race.
Kleenex in the fucking trash can next to them. And that's
and they're on Twitch watching titty streamers all day. Instead of watching to look for hackers, they're watching titty streamers playing other games.
Holy fucking shit. That is so true, dude. That is so true. Yeah, especially now. In these COVID times. Oh my god, that is so fucking funny. Holy shit. Yeah. I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh my god, I couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, fucking Activision, dude. Holy shit. Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, League Play is coming, I guess, so.
Yeah.
So, okay. There you go. This is actually more interesting to me. And this will kind of dovetail into our last point for the evening. But in an interview with Screen Rant, per Charlie Intel, Johanna Faris, head of leagues at Activision Blizzard, says that they're working to incorporate Warzone into their competitive plans. And more info is coming soon. Amen. And we'll get into just how competitive and free of cheaters Warzone is. There are really exciting things to come as early as this season. And here's a quote from Johanna, There are plans to bring Warzone to CDL, and we're excited to announce those plans in the coming weeks and months. We've been closely monitoring the introduction and the wild popularity of Warzone since last spring. We did bring in Warzone-related content with our pros last season, but we've taken the off-season to think bigger about what a more structured investment could look like. Her use of the word investment there, exactly, is actually super interesting. So, okay. There are really exciting things to come as early as this season. Okay, so I think there's a lot to talk about here. Competitive Warzone. Your thoughts?
Great idea. Would be really fun to watch. I mean, watching competitive Warzone would be way more exciting than watching CDL competitive Cold War. Like, that's without a doubt. If all these teams, FaZe, 100 Thieves, Optic, if all these guys had Warzone teams and there was actually like a ladder and league play, oh my God, dude, I would love that. I would watch that all the time. The trouble is, as we just said, how is this going to work without an anti? I mean, what are you going to do without an anti-cheat? How is a game like this going to play? Like this, the Call of Duty CDL is different because all of those, they're like pro players on a team. It's Cold War. I guess it would be the same for Warzone. I don't know.
It would be more challenging, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking in Warzone, there would end up being a lot more competitive players, probably, which is going to mean way more possible cheaters, basically.
Mm-hmm. My thing with this, real quickly, I actually don't think BRs should be competitive, like ladder-based ELO competition.
The thing is, they already are. It's not done by Activision. Like, these people already all play for money, so Activision may as well.
Okay, sure, but those are like kill races. Like, because Apex, I think, had like a league or something where it was like, okay, we're gonna make a private lobby. Every team in this Apex match is a pro team.
Yeah.
And like, let's see who wins, whatever. And it's all just like massive camping and like
really
not doing anything until
slow
like
pace.
Final circle, super slow pace.
It's like Fortnite.
Until final circle, and then like whatever, shit gets crazy. But it's like that. I don't know. I haven't watched any of it. This is just what I've been told, so I could be totally wrong here. But a lobby full of only pro teams who are trying to win really hard are going to play sweaty as fuck and just camp nonstop, and it's not going to be that interesting to watch. So that, which maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it would be fun to watch. I'm sure there would be cool moments, because at the end of the day, one team will get out alive. So maybe I'm wrong there. But if they didn't go that route, and they went the current route of how these tournaments work, with like kill races and shit, that's not competitive either, because I can just get lucky and just get a shittier lobby than you. And now I'm the fucking Warzone Grand CDL champion because I got lucky with how easy my lobby was. Or I got lucky with where the final circle ended. Like, there's so many of these like considerations to take into account. I find it very hard to make a CDL Warzone feel like skill-based and competitive. The only way I could see it happening is if it's no kill race shit, no pub people allowed. It's only each team against each other. And then you'd have to run a match like 12 times and then do a point system. But then how do you do points? Based only on ranking? Do we want to add points for kills? Because if you just did one match, then it's like everyone's so good that whoever gets lucky with last circle is going to win every time. These people are too good for that not to be the case. So then it's like, okay, well, whoever won just got lucky that the circle came to them in the end. And that's not competitive. But so then you'd have to do it like 12 times, which could be fine, I guess. I think that would actually be pretty cool. But I don't know. would that mean 12 games of Omega camping until last circle and then everything gets crazy? There's not necessarily a problem with that, I guess. And it would be super fun to at least watch the last circle. But I'm not sure how that would play out. I think that would be the best route they could take, though. And then also, in this quote, again, we've taken the offseason to think bigger, about what a more structured investment could look like. That sounds to me like maybe we'll invest in an anti-cheat. Am I reading into this wrong?
Yes.
Tell me
We're
more.
not investing in an anti-cheat because it's been clear for a long time that they're incapable of making an anti-cheat on this current engine. I mean, the only thing they can invest in is maybe hiring people to like watch gameplay or watch reports.
Like Colonel Snoop, yeah.
There has to be some sort of a system to just like auto ban people if you have hundreds of kills and your headshot ratio is like 75% plus. I mean, come on. Like these people should just be insta banned and then, True. I mean, how is that not a thing?
I think you're right. Yeah.
So I think you're looking into that wrong there. Here's what I'm thinking.
I think the investment would be like, we will referee just the competitive matches, but not like a global.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So here's a thought I had about this, and I was surprised you didn't bring this up. Maybe you're not thinking about it. To me, this also sounds like there's some sort of public league play type ranking system coming to Warzone soon, because they're saying we're excited to announce those plans in the coming weeks and months. I think there's going to be like some sort of ranking system coming soon, and there has to be. We need actual ranks like gold, diamond, like we need like even like CS:GO type ranking system. That would be interesting. That makes skill-based matchmaking more worthwhile when you have an actual rank to go after and you have something to play for and you have challenges to work for that or something like that. So I think that would be coming together at the same time, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah,
but
you're right.
What you're saying, it does make sense though. If it was an all pro league, it would play very, very slow. If it was just like basically based off winning, then yeah, that would never work. It's would obviously be a combination of wins, kills, just overall placement, etc., things like that. Because in Fortnite, that's how the competitive scene is played. It's a fucking disaster. Basically, pro players all have their own spots. There's like no fights when they land. They all land their own areas. They loot up. They get all their fucking wood, whatever dumb shit they need to build. And then when it comes down to like the last circle, they're all building way up in the air. And there's like 50 people left in a circle as small as the last circle in Warzone.
Jesus. Yeah.
And everyone is just building up, and they try to get as far as they can in hopes that other people will die and they'll get just a higher rank, like just a team rank, whatever
Higher
you finish
placement,
as. Yeah, higher placement. That's the word I'm looking for. And so Warzone would probably turn into something like that if that were the case. So basically kills need to weigh, equally as heavy as like getting a win would or something.
Yeah.
There's nothing like set. It would have to be, they really have to mess around with that to see like how many points a kill should get versus a win. But regardless, like I said, that would be way more exciting to watch than fucking Cold War snooze fest CDL.
Search. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
True.
who fucking cares? On controllers, don't care.
Yeah. Giant don't care.
That's what would be exciting about the Warzone too, is it would be controller and keyboard and mouse. Obviously, it would have to be.
So now what I'm thinking, I think you're right. I don't know how I overlooked that either. I think what she means by investment here, Johanna, must be a woman, right? Whatever. Hopefully I didn't misgender this individual. I think what Zim means here is that the investment is into just developing a ranking system itself for pubs, for like general use, just like league play. I think you're right about that, actually. Maybe that other thing is going to be in conjunction with it, but I think that is chiefly what's being referenced here. And that would also mean or I would be shocked if it meant, rather, that there's going to be an anti-cheat. So
Yeah.
if there is league play for Warzone, for like regular ass people like you and I that can queue for it, that gets released without an announcement, a blog post, a development 6-hour stream detailing how they've implemented an anti-cheat and here's how it works and here's how effective it is, then I will never play it. I'll probably play it, but then I'll just get mauled because it's going to be rampant with cheaters.
Oh, yeah.
Rampant. I wonder what they could do, which they absolutely won't, is, and this would look, the optics would be bad on this too, but it would make league play way better, is if they refuse to make an anti-cheat, which of course they do, and they release league play anyways, then they could say, hey, for this season, you have to buy a ticket to like participate, to queue for this season, and it costs $20.
Mm-hmm.
That would cut down a lot on the number of cheaters. People would still cheat a lot though, but there would be fewer of them. And that would make league play at least better, but they're never going to do that. And the optics on that would look terrible. Terrible. So they won't do it. So I don't even know why I brought it up, but
it wouldn't stop many people. I mean, these people are paying for cheats. I mean, they don't fucking care. They pay $20.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, imagine knowing how many cheaters are in your game and then even considering a ranked playlist for it before you make an anti-cheat. That's actually fucking insane. But this is Activision, of course, so they will do it. They will do it. Wow. Yeah. Yep. Will we even play this? Like, every match will have a cheater in it. Every match will be won by a cheater in ranked play,
there's
right?
no difference. Won by a cheater. Yeah, probably.
True.
I don't know. We'll dabble.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see for sure. But, okay. We'll see what happens with this. Very interesting regardless, though. I would like Warzone rankings and placement and shit, but it's all just ruined by cheaters. So that's what makes it like, rough. So anyways, whatever. Next up here, the Call of Duty League preseason Kickoff Classic event is this weekend. And I think we have some dates here. January 23rd to the 24th at 12 p.m. Pacific time on Call of Duty's YouTube channel.
So again, you won't be there because you'll be watching us.
Which is, of course, true. That is correct.
So this doesn't matter.
So you can watch the first hour of it and then immediately turn off the program, the broadcast, and then come to twitch.tv/Tanner Dropshot for the live patron Q&A on January 23rd and 24th. But you can watch to the 24th. You're going to be hungover as shit, of course, but you can do that.
You could watch to the 24th, but you probably shouldn't.
You'll be...
This is the first I've heard about this. That's crazy. I follow a lot of the CDL pros, too. None of them must give a shit about this. They probably don't even want to do it.
They're too busy making fucking millions of dollars using wall hacks in pub lobbies in Warzone and streaming them for Twitch Rivals, for example. We'll get into it. Next point here, another tweet, courtesy of Charlie Intel. Shout out to Charlie Intel, friends of the pod. The Call of Duty League 2021 season will have a $5 million prize pool total. 2.5 mil for playoffs, 500,000 for each of the 5 major tournaments during the season. So, I don't know what the numbers were last year.
I think it's about the same.
Yeah, this sounds about right. It's funny to me that they charge fucking 30 million or 20 million or some shit dollars for a team to get a franchise spot, and then they only reward them with up to 1.2 million for winning the entire fucking league.
Yeah.
Now you might be thinking, well, why would anyone buy into this? Of course, because advertisers will pay those teams. So that's how business works, I guess. But I think that's funny. But anyway, I thought I would mention it. Go ahead.
I'm not really a fan of these earnings breakdowns.
Okay, tell me more.
I mean, 7th and 8th place at majors getting 10,000 per team. What's even the point? Each person getting $2,000. Biden's gonna tax you at 90%. I mean,
true.
Like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Isn't it kind of, I don't know. Is that how these usually are? First place 200,000, second place 120.
Yeah, that's usually how
I feel like first place should get more. I mean, they're the winners.
If you're not top 3, you should go. They should tax you if you're not top 3.
Good. That's yeah. Maybe top 5. Maybe they can give them a little bit, but the fact that you can get money up to 8th place, nah, that's dumb.
I agree. You should be punished. Yeah. You should be shot if you get 12th place. You should be killed in game, of course.
Well, every single one of these kids is going to be punished for the next 4 years because they all make more money. And Biden's tax bracket is going to kill their income.
Punished by the Fed, of course, yes, which is neither federal nor reserve.
Hashtag in the Fed.
And the Fed, of course, yes. This is a libertarian podcast. It's a joke. But yeah, anyways, thought I would point that out. Also, we talked about this recently. SBMMWarzone.com, right? We talked about that. And that is a website where you can like check your Warzone lobby stats, blah, blah, blah. And apparently, Activision was not very pleased about this. They were not very pleased that people were figuring out that skill-based matchmaking does exist in Warzone. Now, why do we know that Activision was not pleased with this? Because, of course, they released a statement. Just kidding. They've never acknowledged skill-based matchmaking, and they still haven't. So here's what these petty fucks have done instead, right? They made every single player's statistics private without their consent so that these websites didn't work anymore. Now, the websites do still work, but you have to go into your Activision profile and relist your stats as public because Activision thought it was a good, which is, it's insane that Activision thought this was going to work, by the way. Oh, let's just make everyone's stats private. No one's going to figure it out. You guys are so dumb, and the optics on this are so bad. So anyways, of course, what everyone is doing is figuring out how to unenable this and make everything public again, and it takes 2 seconds to do. So Activision, again, tried to break these websites by making everyone's stats private again, and everyone that cares about this shit has already made them public again after this. And it's not hard to do. So I thought this didn't affect me, but then I tried to go check a lobby I had on SBMWarzone.com, and wouldn't you know, it did affect me. And I said, these rat sons of bitches. And then I had to go look up a little guide on how to whatever do it. So
yeah, it has changed mine right now.
Yeah, so basically, you know, there's guides online. The way I figured it out was I went to SBMMWarzone.com because I always list my stats as public. I always do that. In fact, if you type in chat right now, !stats, you can see all my shit right there. It's all on the table for you. All for you. So you can check them, whatever. So I always had them public. So then I heard this and I checked my stats and they said public and I was like, oh, okay, I'm good. Then I went on SBMMWarzone.com later and it said, oh, this player isn't showing their stats. Here's how to fix it. So the website said it was public, but it wasn't. So you have to like turn it off and turn it back on. So just go to SBMMWarzone.com, find yourself, and then see if your stats are working or not. And if they're not, the guide is on SBMMWarzone.com's website, and it is very easy. So follow it there. But the fact that they did this is actually fucking hilarious. They thought that people weren't going to notice. Yikes. Yikes. Massively bad PR, and I don't know what they were thinking doing this. But if you guys think that Activision doesn't know that people are mad about skill-based matchmaking, here's your evidence that they do. And if you didn't think, that they refuse to talk about skill-based matchmaking, here's your evidence. They do refuse to talk about it. They want to silence people. They want to silence evidence. They want to push websites and organizations that are trying to hold them accountable down by delisting everyone's stats and making you do all these horseshit to relist them. So they know what they're doing. They're doing skill-based matchmaking on purpose. It is in Warzone lobbies, of course, and that would explain why they've tried to do this little maneuver. Tanner, what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's a scummy thing to do. So
I can't believe they thought it would work. That's the crazy thing to me.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it bet. Like, this just looks terrible to them. But it's, I don't know, like, people already forgot about it, it seems like, and it just aren't paying attention to it. That's the bad thing about this. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious this would have never came out if SBMMWarzone.com hadn't been a website.
True.
Like, there's no way they would have done this. It's no coincidence they did it at the same time after SBM and Warzone started to gain traction.
Literally like a week after. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a scummy thing to do, but I don't expect anything good from Activision, so it's not surprising whatsoever.
Amen. Fucking men. So, anyways, you guys can figure that out. Just go to SBMMWarzone.com, search yourself up. You can relist. Fuck Activision. There's such scum rat fucks. Still haven't made a comment on skill-based matchmaking in fucking, 2 years? Fuck them.
They
Fuck
never
Bobby.
will.
Fuck all of them. So ratty. Such bad community management. Such bad PR. Such rats. Just rats. God, I hate them. Anyways.
They're the worst.
Last news item I wanted to cover, and we almost didn't include this because I learned about it 30 minutes before the program started from our Fire Discord. Join the fucking Discord, of course. Apparently, there is a young man who was winning thousands, tens of thousands of dollars in Warzone tournaments, who was, you guessed it, cheating to win. Now, who would have thought someone would cheat in a game that doesn't have an anti-cheat when there are thousands of dollars to be won?
Yeah.
As a publisher of a competitive video game, I would have never thought people might cheat to win money, right? Because people usually don't cheat to win money. That's not something people do, right? That's not something anyone would think to do.
No.
Apparently, Activision was as naive as I am because there is no anti-cheat. And of course, many people are cheating to win money, I'm sure. This is the latest dude who was caught doing this, which is this kid, Pacesetter. Change it. Or uninstall Warzone because you've been #exposed, #canceled. This is the kind of cancel culture I support, by the way. If you cheat and are winning money in fucking Warzone tournaments, you're such a fucking scum rat. Come on, dude.
Oh, well, plenty of people are still going to be on his side. I wouldn't say he's canceled at all. Until he gets banned on Twitch or something, he's not canceled. I mean, you could see in those videos when Tommy went into his chat and was talking to him, like, all of his chat was like, dude, like, you're bugging, Tommy. He's not cheating. He's just good. Like, all those same people are still going to support him. So unless he gets banned, nothing is going to come out of this, which is unfortunate. What the fuck was that noise?
I burped, sorry. Did you...
The worst noise I've ever heard.
Okay, so I have a couple questions. Because I've never heard of this kid before 6 p.m.
I hadn't either.
Tonight. Okay,
Correct.
so you learned it from the Discord as well.
Yeah, earlier today.
Okay. How much did you look into the Tommy expose? Because, by the way, Tommy is the guy, another Twitch streamer who, like, exposed Pacesetter pretty convincingly, I would say. But, Tanner, what are your thoughts? Did you look into it at all? Did you see Tommy's videos?
Yeah, I went back and watched Tommy's VOD from last night, skimmed through. I mean, he was on him for, from what I saw, at least an hour. Yeah, I mean, minimum.
Yeah.
The best part was he goes into his chat, because I guess people were sending Tommy clips. Tommy is in 100 Thieves, by the way, and he's just a streamer, content creator.
Oh, okay.
And so I guess people were sending him clips. They're like, dude, check this guy out. Like, he has to be cheating. So then that's how he found out. Like, he didn't just find this guy. People were sending him clips. And he's like, oh, this dude's cheating 100%. So he went to his stream. He was typing in chat. And he's like, dude, you're cheating. This kid was nervous, bro. He was doing these fake yawns.
Yeah.
The cringy. He's like... Like the cringiest yawns. I mean, you know when you get like that secondhand embarrassment because something makes you cringe and you're like, oh my God.
Yes.
That's what was happening. I was like, oh, this kid needs to stop. It's so obvious these yawns are not real. Just give it up. And so Tommy tells him, he's like, without doing anything, like without clicking any buttons or doing anything, take your camera, turn it on your monitor right now. So this kid looks over, he looks at a second monitor. It's obvious he reads it and he doesn't respond. Somebody like subs to him like 3 seconds later. He looks at a second monitor. He responds to that. He's like, okay, thanks, dude. Like, thanks for the sub. Then he does one of his fake bullshit yawns. Then he looks back at chat and he like reads what Tommy said. He's like that said to show your fucking monitor with your webcam. He doesn't say anything. It's obvious he alt tabs or does something because like the color of his face changes from the light his monitor was showing, and like you can see him like clicking and doing something with his keyboard real quick.
Yep.
Then he pulls it back up. Then he acts like he just read the message. He's like, okay, Tommy, yeah. He's like, yeah, bet. Then he grabs his webcam, turns it on his thing, and he's like, I can play for the rest of the tournament like this if you want. And then he does his fake yawns. I mean, this kid's nervous. I mean, he's 19. Like okay. I was going to say this kid's probably like 18 years old and he's realizing he fucked up big time. Yeah. I mean, the fake yawns alone give it away that this kid's cheating. He doesn't even like get mad and try to defend himself. He's just like shaking, bro. He's so nervous.
It's super obvious to me too. Yeah. Did you hear when, his teammate, like no one was talking about this, including Tommy, which I thought was really funny. And the VOD he was showing, Pacesetter's teammate is like, wait, are you cheating? And he just goes, no. It's like, what? Like, if you accuse me of cheating, like unironically, and I wasn't cheating, I wouldn't say no. I would be like, I'm sorry. What the fuck are you talking about? I would leave the lobby.
I didn't even think about that.
I would leave the lobby and be like, hold on, you rat piece of shit. Did you just accuse me of cheating? And I would...
Yeah, well, I'm live. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would be so mad. But this guy's just like, no. Just like you... And because, just like you said, he's so in his head and he's so scared, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what's going on.
Yep.
And on the monitor color change, Tommy didn't mention this either, which pissed me off. Okay, look, chat. I have my notes up right now on my monitor. Okay, it's a white screen. Watch when I minimize. You can obviously see the color on, like you can see that there's something different on my monitor now. Black screen, white screen. Black screen, white screen. Like you can easily see it. So you can tell, like his monitor just changes to like red, and then it's like back to fucking whatever, the game. Like
and then you can see his like eyes searching like he was clicking out of something.
Yeah.
It isn't like he was just looking straight the entire time. And so then he tried to say, he's like, I'm not cheating, bro. He said he was like turning off his music or changing his music. Yeah. And then Tommy was like, bullshit. You haven't been playing music this whole time, which, you know, he could be listening to music on his end and the stream may not hear it. But I find that hard to believe that he's doing that while playing a tournament. And that's what he even said. He's like, always listen to music, bro. And then his chat even said that. They're like, Tommy, you're bugging. He's always like playing music on stream. But it's like, okay, during a tournament, he's listening to music. I fucking doubt it.
He wasn't.
I really doubt it.
He wasn't listening to music for that entire tournament before that moment, nor did he ever turn music on after. So he didn't listen to music that entire day, including when he said he was trying to do that. And also, oh, by the way, when did he say he was changing to his music? He was playing a tournament for money, and he was downed, and he had self-res, and he didn't try to self-res. So you're in a tournament, you're downed, you have a self-res, and instead of trying to self-res, when it's a tournament, not just a pub match, but a tournament, you don't try to self-res, you tab out to play music. Suck my giant white dick. There's no way. There's no way. So I was just stupid convinced by that whole video. And there was more evidence, of course, but that was the most amusing piece of evidence. But yeah. Yeah. And this kid's won like $10,000 in like Warzone tournaments and shit.
Yep. And I guess since then he's like deleted his YouTube videos And I thought they said he deleted VODs or something, but I just went to his
I
Twitch channel right now, and his VODs are still there, so I don't know.
I think he might have just deleted like the Tommy, when Tommy came in chat VOD. Maybe not though. I don't know.
No, because it's a 2v2. Oh, maybe he deleted part of it, if that's possible.
I'm not sure. What else was I gonna say? Fuck. Oh yeah, Tommy talked to him later. Apparently, if you go to Tommy's Twitter, you can see it. Tommy's in voice with him, and he's like, "Dude, like, are you cheating?" And then he says something like, "On my old account, I cheated once."
Yeah.
Oh, like, dude, you either, here's a lesson for you people out there who want to, I don't know, go on crime sprees and be shit people. If you're going to lie, you need to commit. Because he could have said, "I've never cheated," or he could have just admitted it. Like, okay, I was cheating. But don't say, "I've cheated on an alt account once, but now I'm not cheating." That is so unbelievable and stupid. Just admit it at this point, because no one's going to believe you here. So I've never cheated ever on any account ever, because I don't want to cheat. I'm not interested in cheating, and I'm not going to cheat. And if I was cheating, I would have higher than a 1.5 KD in Warzone, right? These are all obvious and clear things. So if you're the type of person who has ever cheated, and you're only 19, by the way, it's not like you're a fucking grown up here. Okay. So if you cheated in the past, I don't think it's a stretch to say you're still cheating, especially when there's money on the line. There's Twitch subs. There's a partnership. You've got a lot of things you could get if you keep cheating and doing well. So yeah, I thought this was deeply amusing, and another problem with not having a fucking anti-cheat. Yeah. And also, the tournament people said, "You need to run this program right now." And he said, "No, I'm not doing it." And then he goes AFK for 2 hours with his stream on, and it looks like he's scrubbing the PC. And then when he comes back, he says, "Okay, if you guys really need to, you can check my PC." Obviously.
Oh my God, this
just,
fucking kid
deleted the program. I mean, these are 19-year-old plays, right? That's a 19-year-old play. Just a dumb, poorly thought out, like, come on, dude. But he's fucked. I mean, there's no coming back from this, I don't think. But I thought it was amusing, at least.
Crazy.
How scummy.
Yeah, then he was showing that one clip where he was at Boneyard. And like he pulls up his heartbeat and he sees somebody is like 20 meters in front of him. And Tommy,
that was such a
Tommy
good point.
made a good point, is that like he's running into that hangar and he was like, any normal person would check that corner in the hangar to be sure. I know I would have, but no, he runs straight through the hangar, doesn't even look, because he knows the guy is right behind the hangar on the outside.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no chance you don't even attempt to peek that. Like you do, like he just completely ignored that. It's like, does this guy know the fucking distance, the dimensions of every building on the map, or so like he doesn't have to check that?
Yeah.
I mean, we don't even, if somebody's 50 meters away, we don't even know if they're in our building or like 3 buildings away half the time. Yeah. We can't figure it out. I mean, we're not pro Warzone players, but it's like, really? Okay.
And he could have moved so much in that time. Even if you are sure he's behind the hangar, the heartbeat sensor takes like 2 seconds to reping. So like in that time, he could have easily just been pushing the hangar. Exactly. Of course you check that. Every time. Every time. So yeah. And the evidence was overwhelming in my view. So
yeah.
I don't know. I just thought that was funny. But the larger point here is that this is not the only person cheating for money and Twitch followers and following.
He's also on a controller, so he's aimbotting.
Yeah.
That was a 12-year-old Bjorn joke. I think he's the one that said that. Shout out to Bjorn.
Shout out to Bjorn, child of the pod. Yeah. So anyway, this Pacesetter kid's a fucking idiot, but that's fine. I don't really give a shit about him. I don't know who he is, and I don't care. But the
larger, he's got earnings in his bio, so
of course he does. But the larger point here is that without an anti-cheat, of course people are going to cheat for money, for subs, for Twitter followers. And you can bet your ass more people are going to be exposed. You can bet your ass. So hopefully your favorite streamer isn't cheating, or you might be in for a fucking surprise.
Yeah.
A surprise. I don't
Like
really
Jakedown?
suspect anyone like Jakedown, of course. TTV_Jakedown. Or no. Twitch.tv.com/Jakedown. He cheats, of course, and report him. That's a joke. But yeah, I don't know. There will be more, and a lot more will never be caught.
Yes.
And that's that. So thanks, Activision. That's what I would say.
That's the thing is, it seems that we all think at this point the only way people cheat is aimbot, because that's what we're used to getting killed by in public lobbies. But there are so many more cheaters out there that we don't notice because they're like just wall hacking, or like, I don't know what they call it anymore, but back in the day they would just call it like radar, where basically your map close to you shows dots of where an enemy is, like on your screen. So it's just like you have a mini map and it's always showing where the other guys are at. So I don't know if that's what they're using now, or if it's actual wall hacks.
What I see
but
on
it
TikTok
is, it's possible to
is that every enemy in the lobby has a rectangle on them, so they don't even
those
need to be in
videos the
vicinity.
guys are usually botting though too, like obviously botting. That's what I'm
okay.
saying is I think there's cheats that
are less noticeable.
aren't as noticeable. Because if these guys are playing pro tournaments and he's got 150 names up on his screen, I don't know. That would almost get in the way. That's why I feel like they're not even wall hacking. It's more of like I said, what we used to call radar, where like it shows there's a dot there and where enemies always are, but it's not like filling up your screen and you're not actually seeing them through the wall. You just see like a dot of where they are.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
But I'm not a cheater, so I don't know.
Yeah. I've only seen the ones that are like super dumb on TikTok.
So that's the takeaway, is that you guys see all these aimbotters in Warzone and you get killed by them all the time. You report them immediately. You know right away when you got killed by an aimbotter because they didn't miss a shot. But just remember, there's probably 10 other guys in that lobby that aren't aimbotting, but they're still cheating.
It's so true. So true. You've died to more hackers than you think, listener.
Yes.
I guarantee it. So, anyways, shout out to Pacesetter, enemy of the pod. And yeah, that is that. So, Tanner, anything else to add this evening?
Nope.
All right, great. Go live in that case. Let's get some dubs. Do we have a squad assembled?
Of course not.
Well, okay. Perhaps figure it the fuck out then. Or not. We could do duos. We're gods at duos
Let's
now.
do duos for episode 100. They can see how bad we are.
Okay. Well, I'm twisted. I've only had 2.5 Newcastles, which is 4.7% alcohol.
Jesus, yeah.
So it's like half a Lagunitas. So anyways, yeah, that is it. Real quickly, Miss Jada, don't give me bits again until you post a shirtless video, you dumb bitch. How about that, Jada? I don't want your money. I want your body. Okay? So, but anyways, Jada Pinkett Smith, friend of the program, who's a man, by the way, before anyone thinks I'm sexually harassing an A-list, B-list celebrity, with the 1,000 bits, and Aussie Menace with the 1,500 biddies. Let's go. Jada had no message. Ozzy says, no matter how busy my life gets, you will never release an episode that I won't listen to. Congrats on 100 glorious episodes. You guys deserve all the success you've had so far, you bloody ripper. Ozzy, why aren't you going to be here for 101, dude? I heard that earlier in Discord. Or not. Did I hear it in Discord? I don't know. I thought it was in Twitch chat. But I'm sad you won't be able to be here live, brother. But we will upload it for your viewing pleasure later. I know you're
still deciding.
I know you're in Australia. Yeah, well, actually, maybe I won't. We'll see. It's a joke. But yeah, Ozzy, we will miss you, but still, we're happy to have you around and in the community and supporting the program. So I really appreciate the 1,500 bits and the kind words, brother. I appreciate, love, and thank you, my dude. The love goes both ways. And Jada, again, thank you for the 1,000 more biddies to two very big supporters of the program, boys. Thank you both, and we appreciate it. Shout out to you, boys. Me and the missus are going away for a mini holiday, something we haven't had the chance to do. Okay, for sure. I'll allow it. Make sure you get your dick wet in honor of our 1 year anniversary. Perhaps you could throw on the program as an aphrodisiac for the missus. That could be a nice little compromise. But Ozzy and Jada, thank you both again. Much love and appreciation. And now we're going to read some iTunes reviews before we go drop into Verdansk. This one is from Rastafan. Change it. 10 out of 10 best COD pod. I love the podcast. It has become a part of my weekly routine. I look forward to hearing new episode releases, which is weird for me as a listener of any pod. I feel you on that. Keep up the great work. Guys, your show helps me a lot through the week. Thank you, Rastafan. Much appreciated. I'm glad we could help, sir. Fire 22 Rescue. Also change it. Highly recommended. If you like COD and want a laid-back podcast to listen to and laugh at from time to time, all the time, this is the place for you. Excuse me. These guys are the best, and the community is awesome, very helpful, and do their best to answer questions you may have, as well as some tips and tricks and more. Keep up the good work, guys. Ty, the fire guy. A new frog, but a very dedicated one. Followed on fucking Twitch. He fucking rated us 5 stars, wrote a review, hit me with a Primarino. We'd love to see it, and join the Patreon. We'd love to see kings like Ty the Fire Guy, even though their names need to be changed, of course. So Ty, thank you, sir, for the very early support, and I very much appreciate that, sir. And, of course, for the kind words. So thank you, sir. And lastly, BN Style 10. Do I need to say it? You want COD, you'll get COD. Change it. I just started listening to the podcast about 2 weeks ago and stumbled upon it by just searching on Google. You love to hear that. That juicy search engine optimization. First gaming podcast I've listened to, and it is great. They won't get better than this, by the way. I've listened to a lot of gaming podcasts. They're not great. They are typically fucking trash, in fact. So sorry, but you've already reached the pinnacle. I'm able to listen all day while working, and I'm able to get some good tips and even just get the most up-to-date info for all things Call of Duty. Thank you guys for giving me something I look forward to twice a week now. Well, BN Style 10, change it. Thank you, sir, for the review and the kind words. And I will remind everyone listening to rate the program 5 stars on iTunes. And if you write a review, I will read it like I just did. So thank you, boys, for the reviews. Much appreciated. Follow our new social media accounts at the Dropshot Podcast on Facebook, on TikTok, and Instagram. At the Dropshot Pod on Twitter. They are blowing up. Make sure, again, January 23rd, all fucking day, episode 100 celebration, 1 year anniversary celebration. We have a lot of festivities planned, and you need to be there live if you can. So figure it the fuck out. And if you want to know the full day schedule, we have a Coachella-like poster at the Dropshot Pod on Twitter, pinned tweet. It's in Pacific time, and it is on January 23rd. Last, but certainly not least, an extra special thank you to our Damascus patrons. Mr. Salmonella, J. Pritch, Slivovitz, Jake Down, Zerosio, Tequila, Sir Rockingbird, Face Esquire, Gift Curse, Adam H., Sniff Sniff Hambone, change it, of course, Jimbo Slice, Von Trapp, Lyle P., Aussie Menace, Gododote, Tanner would die to meet a 12-year-old, Papa Shido, Civ, Blackbeard, Dr. J. Webb, Nick Can, 86, King Camper, Derek R., Wade M., It's the Pickle, That Dirty Clap, KJ Stoys, Killicam, One-Handed 89, Garrett S., Jada Pinkett Smith, Lemur Party, Freeze, The Dave Daly, Young Evan, a.k.a. Read a Book, Deacon Cheese, Dubfire, 33, Sage Legacy, Rizzle Music, Bjorn, The Drop Child, Total Toad, Manny Marr, Samuel, Cope Cowboy, Chris Beclaire, Thomas L, Blake C, Lavonna Fair, Brian P, Jaron G, Maxie, Shigo Hart, TTV Trump MAGA 20. Rest in peace. F's in the chat. Canceled. Proud Dad. I was referring to Trump, not you, by the way. McBango, Hank Swift, L2K Greatness, Flex Stepdad, Get Scammed, Big Rec 44, Chad G, Nick Venomous, Cold War Multiplayer Sucks, Steven S, Hank S, See Ya Later Boy, Kelly M, Ryan S, SP Farms, Simple Name 8, Venlu, Josh H, Sam V, He's Not One Shot Bro, and an extra special thank you to our one and only Obsidian patron, the Dropshot Patriarch, the Vaping Viking. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. 100 episodes in the books, but we're not celebrating yet, bitch. January 23rd. Have an excellent evening, of course. And as always, remember, please, please, stay humble.
Stay humble.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe because in addition to full episodes like this, we've also got clips from the show, as well as gameplay breakdowns and more on the channel. The show is streamed live on twitch.tv/Razanon every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So give us a follow over there, make sure to turn on notifications, and you can chat with us live during the podcast. And of course, we are available wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for the Dropshot on your favorite podcast app and make sure to give us a follow. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. And as always, remember, stay humble.